Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And I have Barry Moore today, our CEO and president in here, and a very special guest. She is the entrepreneur woman in this city, also in Central Virginia, who produces Vendor Guide. And she helps a lot of you. It's business to business right now, right?
That is correct.
But you're working on doing business to consumer.
There is an element of business to consumer because my magazine is not read by artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. But primarily, this is a B2B directory that connects multifamily decision makers with the best of the best suppliers and services.
Wonderful.
So the residents don't move out.
Everyone who's listening, this is Lynn Black. She produces this magazine with her daughter. Her daughter helps her do a lot of this as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you guys have a lot of events. You're involved with a lot of groups here. And you help these businesses find workers because that's really important right now. Tell me about why that's such a big of an issue.
Well, right now, on the supplier side, as well as for our multifamily communities throughout the nation, finding new talent and introducing property management as a very viable career has been a challenge. However, I am a member of the Virginia Apartment Management Association on the Supplier Council, and I know that we are looking for new and unique ways to help not only my valued advertising partners, and that would be the suppliers, but to find folks for the maintenance side or for the leasing side. So, for example, many long-tenured maintenance people are now retiring, and they're taking decades of knowledge with them. So oftentimes it may take 2 or 3 people to replace that one person. Wow. And uniquely, the suppliers have the same challenges in finding good people as well. But working in tandem together, the goal is to make sure that apartment community residents are happy and feel good about where they live. And so then they'll renew their leases and everybody's happy.
Yeah, I think you said most people end up leaving because of maintenance issues.
It is the number one reason why folks do not renew their lease at lease time. And these things can be circumvented, these challenges can be circumvented by, again, finding the right supplier connectors, people that will show up, do the work, and invoice them in a timely manner. And that's the goal of the vendor guide of Central Virginia and Hampton Roads, to make those introductions and connections to property managers and maintenance teams.
Wonderful.
You know, you shared that you have a great newsletter, and I think that's a key, that you're getting stories out there. And I met you through Katie over at Work-Based Learning in Chesterfield County, and I appreciate so much that she said it wasn't an option to meet you. We find out we knew each other beforehand when I worked in the car business, but I'm just, after meeting you, talking to you, we didn't just throw you in a podcast because we wouldn't know what to talk about. But I think sitting here, so let me go to role play. I mean, I'm going to go through our board of directors very quickly. Imagine Renewal by Anderson being in this magazine, Richmond Window, because apartment complexes have to replace windows.
Yes.
Imagine, and then that Paige Ewell could use the BBB accredited seal, not the A+ seal. That's really, in my opinion, meaningless. It's the accredited business because those people have been vetted and agree with transparency and with respect and integrity to get back to the consumer. Mr. Fix-It, right? Mark Binstock, been on our board for a long time. Yeah, hang up the magazine. Yeah.
So this is what an A+ seal looks like, but this is not an accredited seal. The accredited seal would say at the bottom of it, accredited business.
So everybody right now, if you're A+ rated by the BBB, everybody in the magazine should be using that if they think it works. And consumers don't yet know clearly the difference, and that's our fault, not the consumer's fault. And then I go through, imagine the Virginia Credit Union or Village Bank, we're both working on education, advertising to the places. I live in the Bella Apartments right now while we're building a house, brand new building, so the maintenance is minimal, right?
Right.
But we can see things starting to happen. The building's only been open 6 months.
Right.
It's a dream to live in the first person, but if they don't maintain what I'm seeing coming up, they're going to have a problem. Renters.
I'm actually seeing the same issue in my apartment.
Yeah, you're a renter also.
I don't like. I don't like living in an apartment. I didn't like it when my sister was doing it. I don't like it now. I've always been a very clean person, but I've heard horror stories even from my cousins living in Greece,
Right.
who are also very clean. They're like, I know that the person below me does not take care of their
Right.
place. Let alone it's the smells, it's the insects that are coming up. And I just feel like, okay, well, who's going in there and doing a walkthrough in these places? Like, there's got to be somebody.
Yeah.
My parents own 2 hotels in Harrisonburg, and they do a walkthrough every other week.
Yeah.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and I can understand why that would seem or feel very frustrating for you. Most apartment communities do want to know. I would say all apartment communities want to know what's happening within their buildings, because you guys are the first line of defense and see so many things.
Right.
There are systems and things that they do that, with respect to routine maintenance, that would give them entry into the apartment community. But so I would say go talk to your local property manager and express your concerns, because they really do want for folks to have a very robust and welcoming experience in
Like they want
their
retention.
communities.
Yeah, they want people to
Well,
want
a
to
good word of
stay.
mouth. Yeah.
There's a lot of new construction, as we can all see throughout Virginia, especially the Metro Richmond area. And it takes 10 times more energy and money to attract a new resident than it is to keep a current resident happy.
Yep.
And that's what our goal is with the vendor guide as well.
And I think that's where, the attract, satisfy, retain in any industry, even families. If I attract the right future wife, I want to retain and be satisfied, right, for years. So I could be married 35 years or whatever. And that's been lucky enough for me. But, this is, for those watching, the Pest Out. Here's an example. Here's
Jeff Zielinski and
they're
his
great.
team.
I know who they
the
are.
best.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to be
they're in your
affiliated with
magazine.
them.
So if I run into Bella, or where you don't have to say where you live, but I live at the Bella, Westchester Commons, for a short time. But it's going to be, I'll be out by the end of the year. But if I'm complaining about an issue and I'm the property manager, Lisa or Caitlin is reading this magazine, and I had to complain as a resident, they know who to call because they can pick up your magazine. That's a great tool. We say go to bbb.org and find a accredited company, but it's just knowing where to go. And I think that what your magazine is offering is a quick, handy, it's almost like those old colored papers. I don't like to say the name Yellow Pages, but because then nobody knows what we're talking about. But
we are dating ourselves.
We are
now,
dating.
Barry.
Yeah, I am way behind. But I had one girl tell me the other night, we were at the Bella, and we were at a happy hour, and she goes, I used to sit on the Yellow Pages just to get up higher. Like they were in the grandfather's closet. I said, you don't even know what they are. No, they just to boost me up.
I made that comment the other day. Actually, I think I made it yesterday. I used to hand my grandfather the Yellow Pages, and he'd be like, what does he want this big book for?
What are you going to do with this thing? It's too heavy. But anyway, we're at 8 minutes. But I just wanted everybody to know the vendor guide. And we got to find out from Lynn how people can contact her to advertise in the magazine. If you could share how people contact you, what's the best way? Other than Katie at Work-Based Learning, she's the best.
Well, I'll tell you, the best way to contact me would be on any social media platform. Lynn Black, Richmond, Virginia, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok.
You're everywhere.
I try to.
You stay
try
busy
to be
too.
everywhere. My sole passion, the thing that I do every day, is make connections between really great businesses who need to hear about what you all are doing and property managers.
Right.
Through my newsletter, my monthly networking meeting, my social media, my videos, my direct mail, supplier directory, all these things.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you, Lynn, for coming
It
in.
took 2 weeks. You don't even know this, Evie. It took me 2 weeks to get this meeting together. She is busy.
Really?
Her docket is full. You could be a
Well, thank
Supreme
you for
Court judge.
coming in.
Yeah. Okay, wrap it up for us.
Thank you, Lynn, for coming in. Thank you, Barry, for joining us. Make sure to check out the vendor guide and the newsletter for it as well, and contact Lynn on all her social media platforms. If you're watching this, make sure on YouTube, BBB Central Virginia, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure to follow us and leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. Thank you.
Thank you.